Hello, my name is Skip Redford. I've been a mental and physical performance coach for professional, amateur, and elite junior athletes for over 35 years. Elite athletes do what average athletes don't. I've studied many athletes. I was fortunate to even work with a couple of Olympic athletes years ago. I've trained with them. Experience is everything. Not only have I played golf at a high level, I've taught it. But I leave that up to the golf instructors nowadays. But any golf instructor I can talk on his level. I can understand what he's saying, that my player cannot get into that position. Why? I can tell them what we have to do. It could be a flexibility issue. It could be a strength issue. But that's why functional Pacific training of my system works better, because I am training in the same exact angles of the golf swing. In fact, Harvard, about a year and a half ago, came out with an extensive study, said in any skill, that if you train the person in the same exact angles and position of that skill, it's up to 30-35% more effective. Now, from a mental aspect, it gives you a reason why to do the exercise, not just like the old-time coaches say, do it. It's going to make you flexible. It's going to make you stronger. I don't believe in that. And that's why I'm one of the few mental and physical performance coaches in the United States who has those qualifications. There's mental coaches, there's physical coaches. I just happen to be both. In the last few months, it's just been amazing. I've had 3 of my students get full golf scholarships to Stanford, USC, UCLA, currently interviewing for San Diego State, Washington, Colorado, Arizona. I mean, it's just, it's been great, but it's a team. I am not the Messiah, far from it, but I do know my stuff. And that's one of the things, when you come to my gym, you're going to get my full attention to how to make you great. Again, it's a team. Me, you, your parents, the golf instructor, and your drive. If you take out any of those variables, the process won't be complete. For the last 20 years, I've exclusively worked with PGA, LPGA, elite amateur, college, and elite juniors. I believe my qualifications are second to none. I have a master's degree in sports psychology from San Diego State University. I have a Bachelor of Science degree from the University of Alabama in kinesiology, Roll Tide. I have over 30,000 hours studying the golf swing and how mentally and physically it relates to you increasing your performance. I've caddied on the PGA Tour off and on for over 25 years. It's given me tremendous insight on what a tour pro has to go through on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. That's how I developed a quality winning process. If the process is correct and there's quality behind it, the end results takes care of itself. There's a lot of coaches and trainers out there still training golfers like they train an Olympic athlete, a track star, a football player. Now, I've trained all types of athletes, but what makes me different is after I set the foundation for all my clients, my Pacific functional training is second to none. It's 25% more effective if you train in the exact same angles as the skill. You've heard about all my qualifications, so your next question probably is, what does this cost? The basic charge for all my clients, pros are a little bit different because I do travel with quite a few of them, it's $1,000 for 11 sessions. Now, what's that get you? You get a minimum of 90 minutes all the way up to 3 hours. My wife tells me I'm a terrible businessman, but that's okay. I'm a passionate coach, and I like to make sure I'm giving you all the information I can. So the first half hour to an hour, depending if it's tournament season, we're going to discuss the game plan. Did you write it down? What's your plan? How are we going to attack this course? The second thing we'll do is cardio. We'll do cardio because I try to train all my players that we want to be able to play 36 holes And when you get to the 36th hole, it's like starting the first. Then we do our strength session, which is once your foundation has been established, we do a lot of specific functional training. Then we might do some rotational drills with medicine ball work, a lot of that using a rebounder. And last but not least, we're going to do flexibility, and I'm going to put you through your stretches. Now, that just doesn't take 45 minutes. Years ago, about 20 years ago, I was trying to come up with a way to teach, increase hip speed, teach the correct movements of the hips, and I developed this invention. It's called the Golf Hip Power Blaster. Now, has twofold purpose. In the backswing, when you get set here, if you turn and the weight goes to the outside of the foot, which is incorrect, you're going to get pulled off your center axis. You're going to get pulled by these bands, which are about 75 pounds of pressure with each. So the more you go from the fixed band to out, I'm turning, I'm loading my right side. I know I can go here, and I'm steady. Now, a lot of players, if they straighten their leg, they get pulled off. So you always want to keep a little flex in that knee. I teach that if we're training as you're practicing your golf swing. So we might do this for a few times. Here, drive to that left heel. Drive to the left heel. Now, I was working with Jesper Parnevik many years ago, and Vijay Singh says, well, tell him to get to his left side. Me being Skip, opened my big mouth, and I said, $1,000, Vijay. He says, you can't get to your left side, because if you watch these bands, it's a strength move. You can do all the squats, the deadlifts you want, but it's not in the same angles as the golf swing. Now, the big payoff is the downswing. Had a guy who actually never made it to the PGA, played in a lot of nationwide tournaments. His club head speed already was pretty good when he started. It was about 118. We got it up to 130. Ball speed went from 178 to 190. So it's called the Golf Hip Power Blaster. Now, as you see on my downswing, people don't realize this is what Hogan said, you bump and you rotate. Weight goes. And it's okay to step through. Gary Player did it all his life. Again, Mr. Player has even been on this. How about that? So we're here, and the more we stretch back, now look at the separation. Look at my hips already going. Bump. This one bumps you towards the target. You've got to move towards the target in a linear. And then this is going to be more of a rotational or a shear force coming through. Is here. Weights up. I'm here. Shoulder, chin are at the target. Pretty good. And these bands, I've been doing it a long time. Not only has it increased my strength, my flexibility, and my hip speed, I'm still hitting it pretty far for a guy my age. I tried again I walk the talk. Golf Hip Power Blaster. It's just one of the many inventions I've come up with in my gym to help you perform at a much higher level than just going to a regular gym and doing squats or deadlifts. I do those in here. I don't want to tell you I don't, but I do it in the golf setup.